Shade, shade, I know your name. Talking about you, Kandi. Let's kick this off.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
This was my jam.
Yes, this was the jam. Forward it to the chorus. Looking as fine as can be in your fancy car.
Hey.
Okay, we're gonna be doing we can do like karaoke right now.
Yeah.
Yes, it is Sunday. Welcome to the Real Housewives of Atlanta after show for AfterBuzz TV. We're doing 90s because it's black and it's Real Housewives of Atlanta. It all coincides. It's a clashing of the worlds. I am your host, Hollywood Leon. We don't have convo tonight. It's gonna be a little less hood. Shout out to my girl, but I do have my other panel with me, my other girls that I love.
What up, y'all? It's your girl, Drew Jones.
What's up, party people? It's Erika Edwards.
Yes, we have a lot to talk about. We have a fully loaded news and gossip section for you. Our tweets, it's just one, but it's good. It's good. So make sure to check us out. We're still kind of deciding on the MVP. By the time we get to the segment, we're going to know who the MVP is.
Yes,
Whatever.
Yes,
We're going to know. We have a lot to talk about. Lots of shade tonight. Lots of it. From all angles. From Kandi, from Kandi's friends, from Nene, from Porsha, from Bravo with the editing. It's a lot. It's a lot. We're going to really get into this, but we open up with Eva and Porsha, and they're working out. And they work together at Dish. And Cynthia is the only model with the big butt.
I am so tired of this Cynthia shade because it's so unwarranted. Why
Seriously.
Are you? She's not coming for you. Why are you coming for her?
Don't come for me unless I send for you. Ooh.
Factual.
Kenya, we miss you.
We miss her so much, but
Not really, can you?
But it's just,
Shout out to the comments. We love you guys. Hi, live chat.
it's just it's frustrating because I like Eva and I want her. It feels like this season there's a lot of people who only have storylines because they're dragging other people or because they're pushing themselves into other people's business. And Eva, as of right now, only has a storyline because she keeps coming for Cynthia. And that's the tea.
Yeah. Well, what do you think about this Cynthia shade? Because it started off shady right off the bat. Everyone's throwing shade. The name of the episode should have been Shade, Shade, Shade.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. I feel like Eva, in this episode in particular, is just randomly coming after people, not for really real reasons. And she was killing me kind of throwing out people's ages and stuff. She's like, well, Cynthia's 51 and I'm 33. And I'm like, in 33 in model years, you old. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Seriously, if you're going to keep it real. Marlo's 42 and never been married. She was really throwing out these number facts.
She kept throwing out all these people's ages, and it's like, okay, you're not in your 20s, so slow it down a little bit with trying to shade older people, because you're playing probably the model at the mom. You know what I mean? She's she's not in a position to throw shade about people's ages.
Yeah.
I mean, she's young, but she's not that young.
I don't know. Maybe she's holding a little resentment from last season, and she's like, you know what? This year, y'all, I'm going to come for you before you come for me. So I don't know if that's her mentality. What I do know is that Porsche a little thick, and I like it. Little 5 to 10 pounds, she said. Dennis is feeding her the hot dog king. What do we think about this? I think she looks good.
If I've said this so many times, but if I was built like Porsha, you would not be able to tell me anything.
Would you be naked right now?
Probably. You always they have to just censor me because I would just be chilling here, hi.
Naked and not afraid. Okay.
Okay.
I think she does look a little thick, but like Beyonce thick, where you're like, ooh, girl, get it.
Exactly.
And also, I think it's the editing, because I feel like whenever they show Porsha, the cameraman always zooms in on her butt, every single time.
That's where my eye goes
And
anyway.
yes.
Wait, what do you mean? I don't just randomly see the camera on her butt.
Yes, it is. Every time I see it, I'm like, why is he so close to her booty? Whereas everybody else, the camera just shows them and they're just walking around. But with Porsha, I feel like the cameraman is sitting there
I don't know. Maybe I just don't notice it because I'm just used to seeing big butts on television. You know what I mean?
Well, that's a good point. But I feel like her butt is getting more airtime than anybody else's booty.
Well, Greg and Nene, speaking of big, they're in the big state of Texas. And Greg is emotional. He's stressed. He's frustrated. He doesn't want an IV. He doesn't want to drink his peach tea. You got to drink your fluids before, like, a full CT scan. Guys, this episode, it's kind of like the last episode. It just takes these turns. We've invested so much of our time watching these ladies. We've gotten to know these families. This man, even though we've had our ups and downs with him as well, we really, really care for Greg, and we really like him. And it shows all over Twitter. It shows in the messages. Nene talks about an overwhelming response. It got me, especially when he was singing. The lyrics said, I'm not going to give in, and I'm not going to give up. I don't think anybody can imagine.
I love Greg so much, almost to an obnoxious amount. Yeah, no, I love Greg that much. I had to think about it. But when so my brother just celebrated his 3 years clean of cancer the other day, so hey.
Which brother?
Ethan. So shout out to you, Ethan.
Yes, Ethan.
You're my favorite. Not really, but, you know, whatever.
I've only met Eric.
True.
So he's my favorite. Shout out to Eric.
But chemo sucks. Like, it's the worst part. Like, and so I feel
it's recommended.
Yeah, it's recommended. I understand why Greg was so hesitant on it, because chemo literally is the worst.
It destroys you.
It physically is so demanding. It's just like the worst. I can't even put into real words how like sucky it is. And so I definitely understand why he's trying to find something else, because that chemo really just breaks you down spiritually and physically. And so if you don't have to do it, I would, not want you to do it.
Yeah, I think Greg is always so touching. He's always managed to kind of stay out of the fray, so you really only have nothing but love for him. I think that's such a scary decision, because I know why you wouldn't want that to debilitate you to the extent that chemo does. However, I thought he was like at stage 4, right? Which is like
he's stage
3?
Stage 3.
Stage 3?
But technically he doesn't have anything that's showing up in scans, but there could be something tiny somewhere is what they're saying.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean,
It's
if
just
nothing's showing up in scans, I can see where you wouldn't want to give the treatment right away, but then it's like you don't want to wait too long either.
What if it comes back?
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. That's a tough decision.
It really is. Like, there really is no right answer, and all we can do is send nothing but love and recovery vibes to Greg and Nene and the entire Leaks family. I can't even imagine what the boys are going through, so I just want to send nothing but love. I don't really have anything to add to it other than Toni Braxton suggested healing plants. Do whatever it takes, honey. Yes, I know what Nene was saying. Like, sometimes the holistic approaches can seem very raw and sometimes a little bit cuckoo, like she's saying. But try everything. Like, try everything. I think we can all kind of relate on a certain level. We've all had someone in our life that has been sick where we just relate in this kind of situation. I know in my situation that I had someone that had cancer in my life, very, very close to me. I read on the internet wheatgrass was going to help. So I was like, we need to buy a wheatgrass machine and you need to do wheatgrass shots every single day. So honestly, just do whatever it takes. We keep nothing but love for you guys, and we're going to keep you in our prayers. So we're in the Candy Factory, and we haven't been in the Candy Factory for a long time. It's been a long time. So Shamari.
Not Shamia, honey.
Shamia is on the brain, let me tell you, because she's going to come up a little bit later. But Shamari makes her debut. She is from the trio Black. Rest in peace to, I don't know her name, but she's amazing.
No, it starts with an N because they said
it on the show. They said it on the show.
Fan.
Yeah.
In the live chat, you can help us out. What's her name?
The best part of Bring It On.
Yeah, the best part about Bring It On. The one you've been touched by an angel, girl. Can we go now? I'm on curfew, girl.
Sadly, I did not see Bring It On, so I cannot. I'm sorry, I did not see Bring It On.
Erika.
I'm sorry.
This is not a Mean Girls kind of situation.
I didn't see Mean Girls. I didn't see Bring It On.
That's fine. But Bring It On is like 90s black royalty, might I add. Gabrielle Union.
That there weren't black people in Bring It On.
That's not what I'm saying either. I'm just saying there's some royalty that has resurrected from Bring It
Gabrielle
On.
Union.
Drew,
was
jump in here
it.
any moment and defend my Bring It On
sorry.
90s
I'm
realness.
sorry.
I'm just saying, Bring It On was one of the ultimate
Favorites ever of all time.
favorites in feminist movements, but that's for another day. That's for another day.
I'm sorry. My
Okay.
bad.
All right,
people.
so we're just going to get into it. She's inviting Kandi to her rehearsal because she's saying, I would like your opinion. See how that works? It's solicited. It's not unsolicited. So, yeah, everyone's happy about it. What we're not happy is that they're not a trio. So we did acknowledge that she did pass, and it's a really sad situation. We don't know much about it. I think we're going to look into it, and we'll get back to you guys next episode. But they want to be Jay and Bay, according to her. And before we really get into the group aspect of her husband and everything, here's what I want to talk about. Kandi contributed to her career, apparently very early on. She wrote the remix
Yeah.
to 808, which we will play next episode because Erika wants to hear it.
Yay, I do.
I mean, that was her first single.
Yes,
I love
remember
Boom Like an
that.
808.
Me too.
It was
I
a
remember
banger.
that. I love
Circles
that one.
like a figure eight.
I think we forget how impactful Candy's been on the R&B and hip hop scene.
Thank you.
Like, she's written for Beyonce, she's written for literally everyone. Anyone who's anyone, Kandi has worked with them at some point. And sometimes I feel like we sleep on Kandi a little bit.
Tell him. You tell him.
You know?
She
So
also wrote for TLC, so.
factual.
Thank you. Thank
Who
you.
discovered Black?
Kimberly Mayfield in the chat says her name is Natina Reed.
Tina.
Thank you.
So thank you, Kimberly Mayfield. We are watching in the live chat. Thank you guys for being supportive and watching and for downloading us on iTunes. We really, really appreciate it. If you're on Spotify, we're very Spotify friendly, as well as Android friendly.
Yay, we are.
So yeah, let's get into this. RBRM, BBD, like
First of all-
the legend. Okay, Drew, I'm sorry.
Oh, you being so disrespectful right now.
I'm sorry. New edition, like Bobby Brown, like Escape.
First of all-
SWV. I get so weak in the knees.
You are dragging.
I'm sorry. I don't know.
Forever, my lady. You forgot Jodeci. And it means
No, I
so
love
much
Jodeci
to
too,
me.
but
Okay.
I don't know about her husband. I'm
Velvet-
sorry, Shamari.
Ronnie DeVoe. First of all, Ronnie DeVoe, I had a poster of him on my wall.
Did you really?
I really did. I loved New Edition so much as a kid. But also,
Okay, as a kid, I did like Ralph Tresvant before he became a crackhead. But
True.
before that, he was amazing.
But no,
Oh my
Velvet
God.
DeVoe, they gave us Poison. Are you kidding
Ain't
me?
nothing like a big butt and a smile.
Facts. I want
Okay.
that on my gravestone.
Okay, I know I love new. Like I don't get it twisted. Like I love New Edition, but like you know how some people stick out. Obviously, Bobby Brown stuck out for me. Like that was as far as it got for me. I didn't know who Ronnie was.
I
Was he
need
like the
you-
really fast dancer one in the back?
Yeah, he was
Yes.
a good dancer.
I need
little
you to
skinny
watch
one?
the New Edition story on BET and get your life.
Okay, you don't have to watch the whole thing.
Yes,
though.
you do.
Just-
'cause it
No,
was
you
good.
don't. No, you
it was
don't.
good.
They filmed it down the street from my
You-
job.
It was good, so you need to watch it. Shout out to my boy Keith Powers. Watch it. Get your life. Get some respect.
You know what? At least I've seen Bring It On.
And that's the tea.
Okay, see, I was gonna support you in some of your arguments until that point.
That's called.
Up until the end.
That's called the bait and switch. Even
until the
someone
end.
wrote in the live chat, I've never seen Bring It On, and then someone wrote stop or they will come for you too.
I know exactly, because they're coming hard.
Okay, well, you know what? They met at the Icon Awards. Sex, boom, relationship, 17 years later. They're in the booth because they want to be Jay and Bay. They're coming up with something together, which is fantastic. We support that. We love that. We're all about the husband and wife working. But
However,
I see you. We see each other. No, like seriously, you threw so much shade at Kandi. Later in the episode. We don't want to jump ship. But the reason that I'm gonna say this right now is because you came in blazing hot, coming for Kandi. So. You want us to keep it real with you. I'm sorry, but that was not fire in the booth. Shamari sounded amazing. I mean, she sounded good. She didn't sound like incredible, like wow. She had a nice, clean, nice voice. Studio tone, very nice. Thin, but very, very nice. I like her tambourine and the vibrato. Excellent. But Ronnie was very, very pitchy. He was sharp the entire time. And it wasn't like rhythm. It was like there was no rhythm in there. There wasn't no, it wasn't pretty. Like, what was that?
Listen, Ronnie DeVoe is not known for his vocals. He is known for being the backbone of New Edition, and that's the T. And therefore, I'm not necessarily mad at what he said to Kandi, even though it was unwarranted. It was factual, but we can get to that when it comes up.
Yeah, but what about the booth? Can you talk about the booth?
Yeah, he was pitching in the booth, but again, he wasn't the voice of New Edition. I wasn't surprised that he sounded like that.
Do you think he sounded like fire, like he said?
No, but I also think that Britney Spears has had many albums, and
But she's a studio genius.
That's
Okay,
what I'm
before-
saying. Though. I'm
excuse
saying
me.
the studio has the ability to switch it up. So for all we know, it came out
Excuse me.
fire.
Excuse me.
Well,
Yes,
Erika,
ma'am.
jump in
Okay,
here.
first and foremost, he was supposed to be rapping. That was supposed to be a rap. And even as a rap, it was horrible. That's the first
That was
thing.
awful.
Like, I was like, this is like before. This is like to the hip hop to hippie. I mean, this is like Sugar Hill Gang. Like that rapping was so bad. It was so dated. I was like, let's just let LL Cool J come in the booth because that was
There
horrible.
was a lot of dated things that happened in this episode.
Oh my gosh, yes, so many things. But his Shamari sounded amazing. So her
She sounded
part
good.
was really good.
Great.
And but yeah, he was horrible. And the fact that maybe he couldn't hear himself in the headphones, the fact that he came out like I was fire. I was like, okay, I know you on TV or whatever, but they could have cut that. Like, they could have talked to the editors. I don't know, but it was not fire.
You know Bravo ain't gonna
I
cut
was saying,
nothing.
you know that the editors.
Bravo ain't gonna cut
All right, well,
nothing
it
good
was
like that.
horrible, but Drew has a good point. So even though it was horrible, I'm sure he has computers in there because that's why you have someone to mix it up, and I'm sure it'll sound good when they release it. And oh man, okay, one more side note. Me and Mari, what a horrible name for a group of, like, what? I was like,
Wait, I was gonna ask. I didn't get the name.
Me
What?
and Mari is the name of him and his wife. And I was
Oh,
like,
me and Mari,
just-
like Shamar. Me and Mari.
Yes.
It just reminds me of Marley and Me, which makes me think about a dog dying, and then I get sad.
well, it does remind me of the title of a movie or a TV show, but not really
It
like a
reminds
song
me.
group.
That should be a sitcom. Me and Mari.
Exactly. A sitcom
It'd be
title,
funny.
great. Exactly. But like for a music group or an album, it just
okay,
sounded
y'all
horrible.
need to think about that again. Because even Jay and Bae didn't change their names.
The Carters.
I mean, they kept their names out there. We don't really know your name, so maybe we should put it out there.
Me and
Like,
Bae. I
like
was like,
Ronnie,
right, Ronnie
and Shamari.
At least.
Remember
but-
us?
Yes.
The EP.
Thank you.
All right. Well, okay, we're done being shady.
Yes, I'm sorry.
The whole episode was shady, so we had to throw our little shade in.
Yes, you guys, I'm not grumpy. As someone said in the comments
I was
last
dying.
week. I'm not
'cause-
a granny either, but mostly I'm not grumpy, and I'm happy. I
It's
am a
because
happy
you
person.
said this was a filler episode, and they were like, "Oh my god, it's the third episode." Like, relax, girl. It's the second episode.
Okay, I stand by that judgment, but I am a positive person.
Totally agree with you. You guys, sometimes like they're gonna start off with a bang. The second episode was a little weird. But we're back, and it was so shady. And speaking of back, the BFFs are back, Cynthia and Nene, and it was just nice to see them together. I literally smiled when I was typing on my computer, and I heard Cynthia's energy walk through the Leaks household. It was nice. She's checking in on her and Greg. And Greg wants to be a survivor, and he wants to help. And then they were talking about the whole holistic approach, which I think the whole Greg thing and the motivational thing is fantastic. And I've also been seeing that already. We'll talk about that later in our news and gossip section. But what I will say is that Alabama, Cynthia eating red rock crater, is that what you said?
Red clay.
Red clay, that is a thing.
Red clay. Tell me, I don't know what this is. Tell me about this.
So y'all know I'm from Louisville, Kentucky, or
Yes.
whatever. But no, that is a thing. Like, there's supposed to be a lot of nutrients in it. There's a lot of red rock clay down in the South. They have like places where you can go and like spas or whatever where you can go and cover yourself in it, or you can eat it, and it's supposed to have like a lot of like unfiltered.
I'm
vitamins.
down with like the mud and
Right, I would
the
definitely do a
spa.
mud bath. I don't know if I would
I mean,
eat it.
people
Eat
mix
the mud though?
people mix in activated charcoal into their drinks all the time.
That is true.
I
So
drink
would it be
activated
like
charcoal.
that, like a very
Yeah,
minuscule
it's
amount?
not like you're like just chomping
Eating
down
clay.
on a red
It would
clay
just
burger.
be like a sprinkling or something, right?
Yeah, you would just do like a spoonful or something.
A spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down.
Henny.
Henny. Okay. All right. That's what I just wanted to know that part. So I think Greg being like a motivational speaker and an advocate, a face for something like this is absolutely fantastic. And it's nice to see that the girls are back together. Kandi is inviting Porsha and Eva to Shamari's rehearsal. Porsha spills the tea that she used to go to high school with her. This was actually what a small world.
Well, Decatur is really small. Like,
Tell us about Decatur.
Okay, so obviously it's Atlanta. I think people think Atlanta's a lot bigger than it really is, but Decatur is like
Would that be like a college park or something?
Yeah.
kind of, yeah.
I know is that Sierra song, she names all the neighborhoods.
Yeah.
And Decatur's not one of them.
Yeah, it's a neighborhood. I lived in Decatur while I was in college. Shout out to Decatur. It's a cute little area. I mean, like
Is it an area or is it an actual like town or suburb or something?
it's like an area. It's
okay.
like how we have Silver Lake or
Yeah.
whatever.
But Silver Lake is Silver Lake, California.
Yeah, I guess, but
Even though it's LA County,
yeah.
that would be all of Atlanta, but it would be Decatur, Georgia?
Yeah, it's Decatur, Georgia.
Okay, so it is
But
kind of like a
you
little
would include it in Atlanta.
town
Right.
suburby of a.
Okay.
Okay, got it. We got it. All right, we're moving on. The geography lesson is over. Thank you. Bring your teacher a little peach. All right, so, Kandi FaceTiming and Porsha hung up on her. Then she FaceTimed the wrong person.
That was so awkward.
Who has this happened to?
Me many times
Well, that
at
has
the
not
wrong
happened
time.
to me, obviously, because I don't have an iPhone. But
How do you do FaceTime?
I'm so glad I don't have to.
Oh my God, it's
because
so
I would
good.
totally die if the wrong person FaceTimed me at the wrong moment. So I'm glad
People
I don't have that
FaceTime me
option.
all the time in the wrong moment, and I'll like answer it like on the counter. I'm like, I'm literally on the John. Why are you FaceTiming me right now?
Exactly. Praise God for not having it. I thought it was so funny when she called the wrong person. I was like,
And does that person know that they're on
right?
the Real
I was
Housewives
like, you're
of Atlanta?
on TV, man. You're a star. Whoa, whoa. Yes, I loved that. That was so funny to me.
I wonder how that even happened though, because it looked like she dialed Portia's. It said her name, right?
Right.
That
So
was
weird.
really strange. Maybe it was an old number.
Oh, maybe.
True.
Because people, celebs, be changing their names. I mean,
Right.
changing their numbers all the time. I have to change mine all the time. People are stalking me. I'm just kidding. So wait, yes, Shamia came up because Porsha attacked her friend Jamie, as I like to call her, Allie Jamie.
Alleyway Jamie.
Oh, that was a fun episode.
I'm not sure. Okay, so let's get to this little dinner. We're at what is it, a performance?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
performance. It's like a dinner.
Okay.
And they're performing it.
Yeah.
It's called ATL Live.
Yes.
It happens every month. That's a lot. She said every month. It happens
Yeah.
every month.
They have things like that here.
Yeah.
Like at the Roosevelt, there's like a little. Oh, y'all don't know about the Roosevelt? Y'all not cool enough?
I've been to Teddy's.
Okay. Yeah. So they have like some.
Okay, I haven't.
They have-
I'm gonna watch Bring It On first before I even do this.
They have stuff like that here. So I mean, it's where people can go try out their
Okay.
new music or whatever.
Can I
Okay.
just say, Film Raider in the chat said Greg sang better than Ronnie, and I'm dying right now.
Oh my gosh! Shout out. Who's that?
Film Raider.
Oh, shout out to Film Raider. Yes.
Freaking hilarious.
Yes, you guys
Totally
are so-
true.
Totally shady, but true. Facts. To quote Nene,
Someone
facts.
wrote, those babies can carry a note better than.
Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
all right. So, all right, let's we're all going out to this performance. We get there. Wait, so she said she wanted to invite her to the rehearsal. Did she go to the rehearsal?
Yeah, because remember they showed a clip of Kandi at the rehearsal.
Oh, yeah, it was for like a
Brandy.
hot,
yeah,
quick second.
a hot quick second. So they didn't totally film it. They just showed a little clip of it.
I noticed a lot, like I was actually watching tonight as opposed to like watching and typing. It's a lot of work over here, guys. We're researching. We're just trying to give you the best breakdown.
Yes, we are. Party people.
So let's get to this dinner. It started off really, really good. Everybody shows up. We seem like we're in high spirits. Let's talk about Black for a second and their outfits, because Cynthia was right on the money with the shade.
Was she though?
Yes, they were
Yes,
outdated.
those
I love the
outfits.
top. Don't get me wrong. The top was cute. We could do the top.
I could do the top,
But the
at a
jeans,
club.
the white jeans, literally Eva
Yes.
wore the white jeans that they were on stage with, she wore them to the dinner.
Yeah.
Okay, their outfit looked like it was from Fashion Nova, but since it was the 90s, it would be like rainbow. I mean, it was very...
Fashion Nova's huge right now.
And also very cheap. I mean, I love Fashion Nova.
Like, literally, I saw Nene, Iggy, like, all these people at the Fashion Nova party.
Yeah, because, yes, Cardi B did have a Fashion Nova thing, which is great, but Fashion Nova is like... a dress is $20, which is fine. Like, I have Fashion Nova right now, so that's how I'm speaking on it. And the jeans look like fashion. I mean, it just looked like
the jeans were not cute. I mean, white jeans are very particular. If you're gonna wear white jeans, it's got to be like a really special occasion,
to me, it
and
looked
they
like
got to be skin tight.
Yeah, it looked like something that you would wear to a club, like to a party, okay, and get your Mac on. But like at a performance, I thought they could have stepped it up a little bit.
True.
I just think, you know what? They looked happy. And
talk about the jeans. Would you
talk about the outfit?
I don't like white jeans.
Okay, thank you.
In general.
Thank you.
But I'm just saying I don't think they looked bad, and I think Cynthia is hella bold for talking about someone wearing something crazy when we have seen some very strange outfits come out of Miss Cynthia Bailey.
Really? I think
Okay,
she
but
was pretty
Cynthia's
good.
hair and makeup
Is always bomb.
90% of the time is the bomb.
Yeah, but it's 2018 and I've seen Cynthia Bailey wear too many ponchos.
Okay,
vacation.
ponchos
I love
came
a good
back for a
poncho,
minute.
yeah.
Exactly, ponchos came back
Where?
for a second.
I'm big. I like a poncho to cover me
Ponchos
up.
came
You know what I
back
mean?
for a minute.
Nope.
Their outfits were cute, but I just felt like if you're trying to come back, come all the way back, basically.
All right, let's get in. This little group starts happening. Shamia comes up right away, and Eva starts throwing the shade. She says something about me being an umbrella or something. I don't know what that was about. I think she was trying.
She's trying to refer to the shade.
Yeah, shade from
Okay,
umbrella.
because I was trying to think that maybe she was trying to say like game recognizes game or
That
something.
is what she was
That's what she
saying.
was saying.
Shade recognized shade, basically. Is what she was
Okay,
saying,
'cause
yes.
I've never heard someone use like the umbrella thing. That was really weird. I'm sorry.
I mean, it was obscure, but she tried it.
It's kind of like putting on the sunglasses and being like, I'm trying to stop the haters.
Yeah, sunglasses recognize sunglasses. The same
Exactly.
formula,
Okay,
yeah.
so this is my thing. I think she was gunning for her because of the lesbian shaming shade that happened the previous season, which I didn't really agree with and I didn't really like either. That was really strange that Shamia just wanted to lesbian shame her. Who cares if she's dated women?
Yeah.
I agree with that, although I felt like, kind of like Kandi did, I felt like her comment was very colorist and very offensive. And I'm sure she's going to get some blowback
The comment
from it.
about
She said about Shamia being black, but not with a Q.
that was really
Oh
strange.
my gosh, that was like crazy.
I didn't know where she was going at first, and then when it clicked, when Kandi was like, she broke it down for us, I thought it was really rude and
I
uncalled
thought that's what
for.
she meant as well, because I was like, wait a minute, go back. Is she talking about how dark skinned she is? That's horrible, and I think that's how she meant it.
Not good.
If that was the case, like, you got me on another level because that's messed up. That's not okay at all.
I mean, especially since she's so fair, and then, like, at first I didn't understand, because she's like, oh, she's black and she's snatched, which was okay.
That's fine.
That's fine. And then she was like, black, but not with a Q, and Shamia is dark skinned.
But she said it like 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were like,
Colorism's not cute, friends.
Yeah.
Don't play that.
No,
Yeah,
that
and
is-
especially if you're like light skinned with green eyes, like, stop it right now. So it was
Yeah.
crazy.
Exactly. That was just really uncalled for. It was unnecessary. I don't know. So they're all throwing shade. Nene threw shade at Shamari. Let's talk about this. I don't think there's a history there, but there was shade there. She rolled her eyes. Well, let's talk about this real quick.
I think Nene just I feel like Nene is on such a high level in comparison to the other housewives that when a new one comes in and gets hyped up, she's like, okay, are you going to live up to this hype or not? And I don't think Shamari, in her opinion, did. And so Nene was like, that's cute or whatever.
It was so interesting because I was here for it. Like, I loved it.
Yeah, I wasn't
With the
like
little
mad
sip.
at it.
I wasn't mad at it, but I was totally confused by it. Because I was like, so is she talking about her Fashion Nova outfit? But did she think she was too ghetto? Like, I didn't understand what she meant, what she was trying to say. Like, so I need to see a little bit more, so
Yeah.
that'll be interesting.
I'm
So yeah.
interested.
Yeah,
And then
so I
comes
was-
Ronnie with his unsolicited advice, throwing shade. First of all, you're the opening act. And we just saw a clip of you spitting out fire. Oh, no. That was really strange. Okay, he's talking about placement. I kind of agree, like, with the set list. It's got to be fire. And just to keep it real, I did watch Kicking It with Escape. That's what it's called, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
And I remember the set list was like an actual storyline. It was like a big fight with everyone. Somebody was like, no, we need to do the fast songs first. And someone was like, no, we can't just start out slow. But like one of their biggest songs is like kind of slow, right?
Yeah.
I don't even want to get into that like song selection right now. But I do remember this being kind of a problem. So that's the only reason that I kind of like smell the roses, because he opened the window kind of thing. But I don't know if I necessarily agree with like you just coming in and talking shade, especially when you're the opening act on my show.
Yeah, this would be one of those things I would be interested to see the uncut footage of, because I don't know if there was something in the conversation that led up to it. I think it was a little unwarranted on his behalf.
Well, technically, Shamari started it.
Okay, that's what I was going to say. Two things. One is on the concert note, I think you said she said SWV, Escape, and Belle Biv DeVoe. So to me, I'm not really clear who's the headliner and who's opener, because they were hot in the 90s, but...
Exactly, but it counts. Who goes last counts.
Yes, it counts. I'm just not sure who was going last. Second, no shade to anyone.
But
they're all great groups. I was just like, okay. So to me, for him to act like he's schooling her was kind of interesting. And secondly, more importantly, Shamari point blank said, do you have any pointers for Kandi? So Shamari was the one who was out in the wrong.
And everyone did kind of look a certain kind of way right away.
Like what do you mean, does he have pointers?
Exactly.
Why would you say that?
And then
that was offensive.
Yeah, and then
so he was just like, you're amazing, like anybody giving you criticism would say. However, this is what you messed up on. And while I get it, like if you really feel like, you know, he was at the concert, we weren't, so we don't know how she closed it or whatever they did, but I was like,
and there's a time and place for everything. Don't you think you would have done it at the show? Like, hey, by the way, I caught the tail end of the show and I caught you guys. I absolutely adore you guys and I want to root for you guys. Maybe you guys should play like this song at the end or something. Like, don't go in there and start criticizing the entire set list.
Yeah, but I feel like he and Shamari must have talked about it, and so Shamari must have known he was going to say some of that and kind of like laid the groundwork. Like, well, I know you have some tips for Kandi, ha ha ha.
Because we're recording our EP. Like,
exactly.
Calm down, Shamari.
I'd be like, chick, I invited all these people here to see you. We wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for Kandi. So
exactly.
That's interesting to see when the person that brings you in and you start turning on them. So
and I like that you come in and you want to stir up stuff, but you got to like do it in the way where we're going to be like, oh, yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, Jade.
Exactly.
As opposed to being like, we're utterly confused right now because he was trying to act like he was throwing out fire, and all I got was a little Bic lighter.
Yes.
All right, let's move it on. Porsha's mom is so happy for her, and here comes the Bravo with the editing. It's all intermingled. Carmen catches up with Kandi for a hot second at the new OLG. They're opening up a second location because they got 100 on the health inspection. They know what they're doing by now. You went to the OLG.
I did. I actually went again since last season.
Oh my God, you went again?
Yeah.
Was it improved?
It was. I was going to say, it's a lot better. I think they got their like rhythm.
We're going over.
Yeah, we got the rhythm. It was good. It was good to go. So
we're going over tonight. Keep going.
Yes, because I've heard like on YouTube and stuff, I've heard mixed reviews of their actual food. So I was like, she's hyping it up, and it kills me that she's opening a second restaurant while she wants to have another baby.
It's a lot better.
What are you doing?
Well, yeah, if she's doing good and the money's there, I say keep going. You got to kill it. You got to go outside when it's raining in our business. But apparently everybody knows Porsha's new man. They hired Carmen to do the insurance because now she has her own company.
That Kandi funded. I'm sorry, just saying.
Keep it real, Erika. I love it. And she hired Allie Jamie because she does good work, even though she was on the floor. Porsha beat her up. That was so out of line with the editing. I loved it. So here it comes. Simultaneously, Porsha's hosting her family, talking about they're so happy and so in love. And while all of this is happening simultaneously, the Rolex is running around, the tattoos. There's a lot of claims of firsts. But other people are claiming this is not the first time he's done this. Okay, the cooking thing is weird. Like, you're gonna cook for everybody, so that was dumb. But everything else, let's get into it. What do we think?
I'm gonna keep this short and sweet, and I know I'm probably gonna get dragged for this, but the last season, and now it's looking like this season, Kandi's only real storyline involves Porsha. And I just think it's kind of lame that your only storyline right now is that you are spreading Porsha's business. If the girl's happy, she's happy. Leave it alone. I think she probably knows what kind of man she's with. Women aren't stupid. So just leave her alone. Let her be happy.
Okay, so I agree with some of that. I do feel like Kandi is being a bitter Betty. However, and I think she is dragging it out a little bit. I was like, just spill it already instead of every episode. Well, we know he's done something to same people. Da, da, da. And then even in this episode, Kandi never really said what she knew. It was always Jamie. That was one thing. Now, another thing that totally fascinates me, and I'm totally confused, so maybe y'all can help me in the chat, like, is Porsha sleeping with him in the dark? Like, how does she not see the other tattoos of the other women's names?
That was
and the
weird.
Other faces
Another
and stuff?
face? Especially if she's telling the story, like, he wants to get his tattoo
And
on me.
he's never done this before?
But I saw another woman's face on his body, so I'm like tripping because I know you've seen him naked.
Right, that's the part that's confusing me. So I was like,
And he dated someone for 2 to 3
Right.
years, and they were in Africa with Jamie, and then like Porsha. This is weird.
So the part about the tattoos confuses me because unless you're sleeping with them in the dark, you should have seen somebody else's name. Is this your cousin? Why are they on your body? Like, I feel like we need some follow-up. Did he get them removed? Like,
Yeah.
I totally need to see where this is going because it seems cray-cray.
It looks like it's going to get really good. What I do hope is that she kind of does spill it soon because doing an entire season of Kandi teasing us about Portia's new boo, it's not going to work. And we do expect you guys to inspect him and investigate him and do all of that because it's a reality show. That's good and all, but we do need some more factual things coming in.
We
because
need receipts.
Yeah.
That's what we need,
Yeah.
and we need them
a
now.
lot of hoes are hating right now. We need to get it under control. So let's get into our news and gossip.
All right, we'll keep this super short. So my first photo is basically Porsha and Dennis went out with friends, including Ava, and it's just, you know, all good in the hood. They're keeping it happy.
Yes.
She's looking cute and pregnant. We have an update from Greg himself about how he's doing. He said, "Hello, America. It's been a while since I spoke with everybody. Let me first say thank you to everyone for every prayer and well wishes during my journey with cancer. I'm winning as we go day to day. Please continue to pray for me. I need the prayers and you need the practice. LOL."
He's starting to be the face, everyone. He's trying to be the advocate, and we love it. Go, Greg. We are rooting for you.
And he just basically, you know, encourages everyone to support cancer survivors. And then lastly, we have a photo of Peter with his new boo, Miss Tony. And they look good. They look happy. Good for him. Staying out of trouble.
Yeah, she's pretty.
She's cute, yeah.
Good for Peter. Let's get into our tweets.
Okay, wait a second. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Wait. What did we miss? One of your news?
Yeah, sorry.
Yes, I had a couple things. So one, Ava, we don't have to play the video because it's long, but Ava was recently on Wendy Williams. So Ava was getting all this backlash on Twitter because she had said...
Play it real quick, Josh.
Fun. Time of my life, yes.
Yes. So
My young single days are great, I must say.
all right, well, it's long, so you don't have to play the whole thing because we're running late, but you all can check it out because it's on YouTube. But one, Ava got a lot of backlash because she said that Michael, is that his name, Michael, her new husband? He's Marley's father, and everybody knows that Kevin. And so people were like, that's not her real father. And so she kind of squares it away on this Wendy Williams episode saying that Kevin is like a threat to himself and others at this point, and that's why she's not having him in her life, and that's why she got adopted.
Ooh.
And Michael's the only father that she knows at this point. So she's trying to kind of in the backlash about that. And then also I found an article where Dennis is trying to respond to all of this rumors or whatever, and
You getting caught up in the blogs?
yeah, he's getting caught up in the blogs, and it turns out, which I thought he was a Remy hair person. So he was recently, or I guess a couple years ago, he was sued by an ex about kind of selling bad hair, Remy hair or something. I don't know. It's kind of crazy. But since then, which is interesting, because in this episode, Porsha says, "Oh my gosh, Kandi, I'm in your timeline." But as of now, they have actually stopped following each other again, so she's no longer appearing in her timeline.
And that goes into our Twitter sphere because it all coincides.
Yay.
So your tweets, it's just one tonight. really
Tweedly,
fast.
tweedly.
It's Kandi. And so a fake Porsha account tweeted to her, as much as you run your mouth about me, Kandi, you should be running on a treadmill. I know I taste good, B-I-T-C-H, bitch. Hashtag ROC. Keep making me your storyline. So Kandi obviously got pissed off and retaliated and replied back, you so mad, Porsha, laughing emoji. Don't check me, check your man. Meanwhile, I'm counting checks at the new OLG, where Twitter was fired up and easily was like, oh my God, Kandi, that is a fake Porsha account. Literally, the account has like 280 followers. So Kandi immediately deleted it, but obviously there's still something awry because they're not following each other. But Porsha has yet to respond. I don't know what's going to happen, but the next episode looks really, really good. We're going to get into it. We're going to have convo here next week. Really, really short. What can we expect? What do we want to hear? What do we want to see?
AfterBuzz TV predictions.
I don't know. Ava's gonna continue her diabolical shadiness to everyone so she can maintain her peach. And I think we're gonna see Ava and Marlo actually fight because Marlo likes to beat a bee.
Oh, Marlo.
It looks like Marlo's going to be the new bone collector next week, and I am here for it.
Yay.
I think that Shamari is going to talk about her open relationship, and Nene is going to freak, because when it comes to marriages and that sort of stuff, the ATL, they're very on the straight and narrow.
Especially Nene.
Yeah, they don't even like bisexuality.
Yeah.
So, and Nene's freak number is kind of low. We all know that. So I think it's going to be very interesting to see everyone's reaction to this open marriage, open relationship topic that's going to be on the next episode of the ATL Housewives. And on the after show, we'll talk about it. So make sure to check us out. This is our show. Make sure to follow me on all social media platforms at Hollywood Leanne, and check out Camping on HBO on Sunday nights.
And you guys can find me on all the things at OKDrewJ.
What's up, party people? You can follow me on all of my social media at Erika, Erika, D as in door, Edwards.
Watch OC Housewives tomorrow night. I'm going to have 2 Real Housewives in person for the season finale.
Oh my God!
Find
So
out
cool.
who. Bye.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.